Hey, it's December 30th and I'm trying to get in a last hike of 2021. I'm at Henry Coe in California, and the plan is to do a one night 32-ish mile trip out to Mississippi Lake. The weather is really beautiful. The last of the morning fog is just burning off. You can see it down there in the valley. I started out from Hunting Hollow parkings, and the initial climb out of there is pretty brutal. So it's about 1,800 feet in the first couple miles. So I'm just about 10% done, just started, and looking forward to the trip. And yeah, let's do it. All right, I'm almost at the top of the initial climb where it's kind of evened out now. I'm on this road here, and yeah, the views are just spectacular here. I'm well above the morning fog down there in the valley, just clear blue skies. So a little bit about the plans for this trip. I started out of Hunting Hollow, like I said, and the plan is to pretty much go a straight line, or as straight as I can, over to Mississippi Lake. Now it's been raining for about 2 weeks, almost non-stop here, so it means everything is pretty wet. I actually had to already get my feet wet crossing the first creek out of the parking lot, but on the upside it means that there should be plenty of water, which usually can be a big problem when you're in Henry Coe. So that's good. I shouldn't have any major creek crossings here. The big challenge for today will for sure be the elevation. So I'm looking at probably about 5,000 feet in total in my 16 or so 17 miles maybe. So not too crazy, but not a very easy day either. If it stays clear like this, it'll probably go down below freezing tonight, but I'm well prepared for that. I have a new quilt that I'm just testing out, so actually looking forward to sleeping in some cold weather and see how that works out. So I've now started descending down towards Grizzly Gulch. Stepped on this smaller trail. Still very clear and nice. It's a little wet, but nothing too major, nothing too muddy or anything, so looking good. I'm thinking about having a short snack break when I get down there. Should be some water, and maybe I'll make a second cup of morning coffee here to get going. Second crossing of the day, Grizzly Gulch, flowing well. Doesn't look too deep. Get my feet wet for sure, but doesn't matter really at this point since they're already wet from before. So decided I'd keep going all the way until Kelly Lake. For lunch I'll just grab a bar here and continue on for a little bit. Not too hungry yet. Now climbed up from Grizzly Gulch. I'm walking on Wasno Road for just a little bit, and from here I'm gonna drop down towards Kelly Lake. I'm just about to enter the burn area from 2 summers ago. Definitely looks a lot darker over there, the terrain. So we'll see kind of how it looks after a couple of rainy winters now. And yeah, stayed at Kelly Lake last winter for one night, and back then it was just very fresh after the fire. It was still burnt in many places, but you could start to see some of the vegetation starting to grow back. So really interesting to see how things have progressed since then. So this is the old burn area here. You can see the ground starting to get nice and green, but the trees are still just black trunks in the distance there. I'm not sure you can see it on the camera, but I'm sure we'll get closer to the burnt trees here as we walk towards Mississippi Lake and Kelly Lake even. Alright, I've arrived at Kelly Lake. It looks absolutely beautiful. You can see the fire came down all the way to the shore on that side, but this side here was spared. So plan is to go up there on the other side and have a little lunch / coffee break. There are a couple of nice logs there. We stayed there, camped there last time we were out here. The water looks pretty murky from all the rain, so I'm gonna gather some water from the little stream flowing into the lake up there before I set up camp and start making some lunch. It's the first time I've been here where the outflow of the lake is actually going, so it looks like I might need to get my feet wet one last time before lunch. Not sure why I'm bothering with the rocks at this point. I just left Kelly Lake a little while ago and climbing up towards Coit Lake. From here on, it's basically going to be a road walk for most of the way to Mississippi Lake. So it should be pretty easy going. There's been water pretty much everywhere, so I don't need to carry a whole lot of water, and still have almost 5 hours of sunlight left, so I should be able to make it there well in time to set up camp and get some food going before it gets too dark. So looking good. Weather is still holding up pretty nicely. Getting a little cloudier, but still very pleasant. The temperature is really nice for hiking, not too hot, and the wind's not too crazy either. So really nice day for a end of the year hike. Starting to get some really nice views of the eastern portion of the park. You're looking towards where I'm heading right now. To the east there, you can kind of see all the way into Central Valley, and yeah, if you really squint, you can see the Sierra on the other side of Central Valley, but I'm pretty sure that doesn't come through on the video here. But yeah, it's really nice. I've only seen one person after I left the trailhead, so really nobody else. I followed a set of bike tracks for a while there from today, but didn't see the bike, and I haven't seen anyone else, so it's been really nice and quiet, peaceful here. Yeah, really great to be out in nature. Just coming into Pacheco camp here, and you can see some of it's burnt down since I was here last time, but a lot of these old buildings are still standing. See, there's a bathroom right there, but the stables have burnt down. And let's go and see how the actual camp looks like. Yeah, looks like all the buildings are still up here, although definitely in need of some repair. Last time I was here, I posted about this building over here, wondering what it was, and it's apparently some kind of shower building. Very creepy. But yeah, you can see there's a little sink there, and then here on the, I think, no, it's on the other side. You can get in here and I guess wash up here. You can see there's water coming in, and you can even have an audience there as you're showering. All right, yeah, not gonna stay here at Pacheco camp. I'm just gonna walk on through. Still have, I think, 6 miles or so. Looks like the Pacheco Creek crossing is a little bit deeper than the creeks up until now, so I'll spend a minute or two just seeing if I can find a place where I can hop over. If not, just need to wade through. Now walking down towards Mississippi Creek, and then I believe I'm gonna climb up on the next ridge there and follow that to Mississippi Lake. So should be the last down and up for today. It's pretty nice. I've never been to this part of the park before, so pretty sweet, especially like the little mountain up there, the Rocky Point. Not sure what its name is, but I can check that on the map. First creek of the day that I was able to cross without getting wet. So, Mississippi Creek. I'm gonna grab some water here before continuing up there, and I think this is the last refill I need to do before getting to camp today. All right, so I'm here, walking here along County Line Road. I think I have about 2 more miles or so left to camp. Today's been a really good day. I've done about 14.5 miles now with 4,400 feet of elevation. So it's been a decent day, but it's felt really good. I haven't felt too tired. Legs are feeling good. I should roll into camp well before it gets dark, so I have time to find a good camp spot, hopefully, and get some food going before it's too dark. But yeah, the views are just spectacular from up here. You can see into the wilderness area there to the east, and behind me just down the mountain range. So awesome views, great trip. Just coming up on Mississippi Lake here. It is just after 4 o'clock, so I have another hour and some before sunset, so probably a good hour and a half before it gets dark. So plenty of time to find a nice spot to camp, find some water, get some food going. Starting to get pretty hungry. Noticed that I did not get enough calories for today. Ended up being a little bit kind of heavier than I thought in terms of food, but that's fine. I'm only out here for one night, so not gonna starve. Look, there's a hummingbird. Nice. All right, so camp set up. I ended up walking quite a while around the lake, and I couldn't really find anything that was great. So I ended up setting up here on just the beginning of the dam. It's a nice flat spot, but obviously it's gonna get pretty cold with no kind of cover and pretty much lake level. The only hope I have is that there's a good sink next to me, so hopefully all the cold air goes there. But I have great views both directions. I've got the lake on the one side and a nice valley on the other side, so very nice place. I'm gonna continue setting up camp and get some food cooking now. Hey, good morning. So yeah, it got pretty cold last night. Got some ice on the inside of the tent here, and been a slow morning, just taking it easy. Made some breakfast just sitting here under my quilt. The quilt worked really well. Didn't get cold, even though there was a lot of condensation in the tent just from the location I'm at. There's a pretty cool fog rolling in. It was clear when I woke up, but now there's a fog rolling in from northwest. So let me turn the camera around and show you. So yeah, you can see this thick fog rolling in here. It's also picking up the wind quite a bit, so I hope the camera doesn't pick that up too much. Anyway, here's where I stayed, made breakfast over here, and thought we could take a look at the map real quick here just to see kind of where we were yesterday and where we're going today. So let's open up the map here and take a look-see. So I started down here in Hunting Hollow, and I took the Steer Ridge Road up over Willson Peak and down into Grizzly Gulch. I then came on the trail here. There's a unmarked trail that connects up here to Dexter Trail that I took, and then I continued on this Kelly Lake Trail. Had coffee over here. Then I took the road to Coit Lake, and from here I just followed the road past Pacheco and up along Mississippi, up along the county line road up to Mississippi, where we are today. All right, so today's plan is roughly to follow the Willow Ridge Road over here, take the Willow Ridge Trail down to Los Cruceros, and from there follow this road up to Coit Camp, then follow Coit Road back to the main road, and from there to Hunting Hollow. So today should only be about, I think, 2,500 feet of elevation, so basically half of yesterday, so it should be a much easier day, also a little bit shorter. So also guessing it might have some pretty cool views with the fog if I'm able to get over it on some of those tops, so let's hope for that. Alright, finally getting ready to leave camp here. Took a while to get my tent and everything sorted out. There was a lot of ice on the tent that I had to get rid of, and just slow going when it's cold and damp. But anyway, I'm on the way. See, the fog's burned off by now, so looks like I've got some very nice hiking weather today as well. All right, let's go. Ended up actually climbing right into the fog as I was coming up from Mississippi Lake. So I came up along that ridge right there, up from there, and now as I'm looking towards where I'm heading, it looks a lot clearer. You can actually see some snow up on the mountains up north. Got some light dusting here a few days ago, so it's pretty cool. I'm now on top of Willow Ridge and got good views all around me, 360 views. It's been like this pretty much the whole ridge walk here. Just small ups and downs, but just beautiful views all around. another, I think 2-3 miles until I drop down to a creek where I can have a second morning coffee and a snack before continuing my way. Just coming down here to the east fork of Coyote Creek, and I'm gonna continue on the road that goes up there, so I want to stay on this side. Looks a little flooded, but I'm sure I'll find a way to stick to this side and keep my shoes somewhat dry. Gonna find a nice spot down here, make some coffee, and just chill out for a while. Made good progress, done over 6 miles already, and yeah, just have a nice coffee break and then continue on. I believe the last significant climb of today, and then it's gonna be more or less all downhill from there. Coming up on the Los Cruceros campsite. I haven't stayed here before, but it's a really cool looking kind of rock formation, and the river flowing right by it. So one of the closer ones from Coe headquarters, if you're ever out here. The only problem is you have to, not have to, but the easiest way to get here is through the Narrows, which with high water like this might be a little difficult to get through, but because you need to wade for a portion of the trail. It's a really sweaty climb up from Coyote Creek. It's about, I think, 800 feet or so, pretty much just straight up. The road's been super muddy. A lot of cow tracks, they've kind of chewed up the entire road on the uphills and downhills, so it's been pretty muddy. But no, I'm pretty much at the top of where I need to be today, and most of the way from here will be just downhill road walk, so it should be pretty easy going. Just got to the final flat section of Coit Road. I think I have about 2 miles of the dirt road, and then from there I'll have about a mile and a half or so, I think, of paved road to get back to where I started. I just passed 3 mountain bikers, the first people I've seen in probably 30 hours or so. So it's pretty amazing how much wilderness you can find not that far away. I'm still in Santa Clara County, same county where I live, where San Jose is. So well over 1 million people live in this county, but still I managed to go for well over a day without seeing anyone else. Pretty amazing. So just about a mile left to the car here, so I think it's time to end the video here. It's been a really good trip today. Ended up being a pretty easygoing day, mostly road walking on dirt roads. I think we'll end up being about 15 miles with 2,800 feet of elevation, so nothing too crazy. Definitely better to have the shorter day on the way out, so I'll have some time to get home and get ready for New Year's celebrations. Overall, it's been a great trip. It's a lot of nature, solitude, and great weather packed into an overnighter. All right, so that's it. Thanks for watching. Bye.